It was a normal day at the park when something special happened that would change everything. Two very small kittens were running around between people trying to get their attention. They were chasing after everyone who walked by and making loud crying sound. The kittens looked very tired and hungry, like they had been trying this for a long time. Their tiny bodies were dirty and thin, which showed they had not eaten properly in many days. Their eyes looked scared and desperate as they moved from one person to another, hoping someone would stop and help them. Most people who saw them thought they were just young cats playing normal games, but one man who was walking through the park noticed something different about how they were acting. These kittens were not playing at all. They seemed to be asking for help in a very serious way. When one of the small kittens suddenly jumped up onto his leg and held on with its tiny claws, the man knew this was not normal behavior. The kitten was trying very hard to make the man stop walking. It would not let go of his leg and kept making crying sounds while looking up at him with big, worried eyes. The man felt in his heart that something was very wrong with this situation. He carefully picked up the frightened little kitten and held it gently. The kitten felt very light in his hands, like it had not been eating enough food. Its small body was shaking from fear and tiredness. The man could see that this baby animal was asking for help, and he wanted to understand what was wrong. Then the most amazing thing happened that made everything clear to the man. The second kitten suddenly started running away from them, but it kept stopping and looking back. It would run a few steps, then turn around and look at the man as if it wanted him to come along. The kitten did this over and over again. The man realized the kitten was trying to show him something important. Even though he did not know what it was, he decided to trust the smart little animal and follow where it wanted to take him. The kitten seemed very happy that he was following and kept leading him through different parts of the park. The running kitten moved quickly, but always made sure the man was still behind it. It took him past trees and benches and other people until they reached a less busy area of the park where fewer people were walking around. What the man found when he followed the brave kitten made him feel very sad and worried. Hidden behind some big bushes was another kitten lying completely still on the cold ground. This kitten looked very sick and was barely breathing at all. Its eyes were closed and its tiny body felt cold when the man touched it gently. Now the man understood exactly what was happening. These two kittens had been running around the park all day, trying to find someone who would help save their friend who was dying. They were not playing games or asking for food. They were trying to be heroes and save a life. The man knew he had to move very fast if he wanted to help the sick kitten survive. He took out his phone and called his friend who had a car. He explained what was happening and asked his friend to come to the park as quickly as possible so they could take the kitten to get medical help. While they waited for his friend to arrive, the man carefully wrapped the unconscious kitten in his jacket to keep it warm. The other two kittens stayed very close and seemed to understand that help was finally coming for their friend. When they reached the animal clinic, they rushed inside carrying the unconscious kitten. While they were there, some people from the park arrived and told the man a very sad story about what had happened to these kittens over the past few days. They explained that the mother cat had given birth to new babies recently. When this happened, she decided to abandon these older kittens and focus only on taking care of her newest babies. This left the older kittens completely alone with no one to feed them or keep them safe. The kittens had been living in the park trying to find food and water by themselves. They were too young to take care of themselves properly, but they had been doing their best to survive. When one of them got very sick, the other two knew they needed to find human help. The man felt very sorry for what these brave little animals had been through. He bought some soft food and milk to give to the two healthy kittens while they waited. They ate very quickly, like they had not had a proper meal in many days. Watching these loyal kittens who had worked so hard to save their friend, the man made an important decision in his heart. These babies had already lost their mother and almost lost each other. They had shown amazing intelligence by finding help and incredible love by never giving up on their sick friend. The man decided he could not let them face any more sadness or danger. They deserved to have a safe and loving home where they would always be taken care of. Right there at the clinic, he chose to adopt all of the kittens so they could stay together as a real family. The medical help worked, and the sick kitten got better. Within a few days, all the kittens were healthy and happy in their new home. The man had given them the love and care they had been missing. What started as a cry for help in the park became a beautiful story of rescue and hope. The kittens never forgot the kindness the man showed them. They became his loyal companions and filled his home with joy and love. He had saved their lives, but they had also made his life much richer and happier. This story shows us that animals have feelings and intelligence, just like people do. They can love each other and work together to solve problems. When we choose to help animals in need, we create beautiful connections that last forever. If you believe what this man did was truly kind, and you want to support more rescue stories like this one, please help spread the word about the importance of helping animals in need.